How many rounds should you have in your self-defense gun? This is one of the most common questions gun owners hear and debate from the moment they buy their first gun. The most common answer you hear goes something like this: you never know how many you'll need, so the more, the better. That's not entirely wrong, but it's not that simple, nor is it practical or possible for everyone.
Why the hell not?
Most videos and articles don't cover all the important considerations that go into making that decision. So, in this video, I'll try to do just that, so that your decision is based on what's right for you and your circumstances. So let's get on with it. A study by the National Institute of Health suggests that about 35% of defensive gun use involves more than one shot being fired. The FBI reports that the average defensive gun use has 3 shots fired within a couple of seconds at a close range. A substantial percentage of defensive gun use ends up with no shots fired, meaning that the mere display of a firearm was enough to stop the threat from escalating. But does any of that really matter?
I have a feeling you're about to tell me.
Not really. I say that because there is no way to tell where, when, and how an event will unfold for you. It's not as if you're going to get a notification on your phone alerting you of an attack at a certain place and time, how many attackers will be coming, whether they are armed, and how many rounds you'll need to stop them. Even law enforcement officers who are expecting the possibility of a shooting at any moment don't know where and how it will unfold and how many rounds they'll need. Will it be a domestic violence call, a school shooter, a bank robbery, a routine traffic stop? So, in that respect, I agree that the more the better if you have that option. It's better to have more and not need than need and not have enough. I feel the same about pizza.
Pizza? Now, pizza I have enormous respect for.
However, there are several other considerations that must be carefully weighed before capacity comes into the equation.
We're all ears.
Number 1, does your state allow for unlimited capacity? Some states, like California, New York, and Massachusetts, for example, only allow a max of 10 rounds per magazine. So if you live in such a state, carrying a spare magazine just in case may be wise. However, if you actually needed the extra magazine, do you have the skill to reload under the extreme pressure of an attack? This leads me to point number 2. What's your skill set? For most of us law-abiding citizens, a gunfight will not require us to go beyond a few rounds, let alone a full magazine. However, how many of you carry with a round in the chamber? I know some of you do, but many don't. A violent attack will most times require a split-second reaction. Present your firearm, be it from the nightstand or your holster, point and shoot. I have studied many self-defense incidents and found that in the majority of these, when the victim had no round in the chamber, they forgot to rack the slide as they presented their pistol, and many lost the fight. What if your firearm malfunctions? Can you identify, clear the malfunction, and resume the fighting quickly enough under stress?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
A malfunction may happen after your very first round, so if you don't know how to clear it, the capacity you have is irrelevant. The bottom line is that you must check your skill set and make sure it's up to par before you worry about magazine capacity. And number 3, the type of gun you choose. If you have a revolver, you don't have to worry as much about malfunctions and racking the slide. Things can go wrong with revolvers, but it's rare. However, revolvers have a limited capacity of 5 or 6 rounds, and reloading takes a bit more time. So capacity is an issue if you happen to need it. I can say with confidence that most people who use revolvers as their primary self-defense gun don't carry spare ammunition nor practice speed reloading with it. In my opinion, that's careless and a major disadvantage. Furthermore, many people, especially the elderly, buy revolvers as their first firearm because they don't want to wreck slides and deal with malfunctions. The problem is that many of these gun owners never shot either one and went by hearsay or advice from friends or salespeople. They then realize that the trigger is too hard to pull, and if there is a hammer, they cannot pull it back to lighten up the trigger pull. Please get professional instruction first. Certified instructors have both revolvers and pistols you can learn on and sample so you can make an informed decision when buying a gun. There are a number of pistols that are designed to be easy to rack, load magazines, and have more capacity than revolvers. There are ambidextrous firearms too, which for a left-handed shooter can make a significant difference. Ambidextrous pistols may also be a good option for a couple who wants to buy just one gun for the house but each has a different dexterity.
My wife will kill me.
Lastly, and assuming you're using good quality ammunition, the caliber of the gun you use and your skill level may make a difference in how many rounds you'll need to fire to stop a threat. If self-defense is your objective, capacity is an important consideration, but not more important than having the skill set, attitude, and knowledge of the gun laws in your state. Without the proper training, attitude, and knowledge, the relevance of capacity will be greatly diminished, and your ability to dominate and survive a violent attack will diminish right along with it.
Kind of just disappeared, like poof, you know?
If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video right here. Train hard, often, and safely, and I'll see you at the range.